Liverpool's recent victory over Brentford, secured in dramatic fashion, served as a masterclass in squad depth and tactical flexibility. Arne Slot's use of substitutes was instrumental in breaking the deadlock and securing the 3 points, with contributions from several key players off the bench. While the headline-grabbing story was inevitably centered on Darwin Núñez's brace, it was the collective impact of players like Harvey Elliott and Federico Chiesa that truly demonstrated Liverpool's strength and depth. Together, they showed why the Reds are currently positioned to maintain a double title advantage over rivals Arsenal. The role of substitutes in Liverpool's success, one of the defining features of Arne Slot's approach at Liverpool, has been his ability to utilize the full breadth of his squad, particularly when it comes to managing substitutions. In a game that seemed to be slipping away from Liverpool, Slot turned to his bench for inspiration, and it paid off handsomely. The way in which the substitutes combined with the starting players to break the deadlock highlighted the seamless depth of talent at Slot's disposal. Darwin Núñez, as expected, played a starring role, scoring 2 crucial goals that sealed the victory. However, the importance of Elliott and Chiesa should not be underestimated. Elliott's contributions were direct, with a pre-assist for the first goal and an assist for the second, while Chiesa's presence was felt across the pitch through his relentless energy, pressing, and decision-making. His all-around performance was a continuation of the form that saw him score an important goal in the FA Cup the previous week. Each of these players played a pivotal role in the win, underlining the growing importance of depth within the team. "I was delighted with Elliott's performance when he came on," Slot remarked after the match. "Everyone focused on Darwin because of his 2 goals. But don't forget Harvey. He had a significant impact on both goals as well." Slot's praise for Elliott was not just about the quality of the passes, but also about the way Elliott took responsibility in critical moments. In fact, Slot expressed his satisfaction with the fact that Liverpool has several players capable of influencing the game from the bench. This is a luxury that few teams, including Arsenal, can currently boast of. The ability to change a game by calling on substitutes of the caliber of Elliott and Chiesa speaks volumes about the strength of Liverpool's squad. It allows Slot to rotate his squad as needed, ensuring players stay fresh for the challenges ahead, while also making it clear to his players that they must perform at their best, knowing that the bench is packed with quality. Chiesa's vital role, while Harvey Elliott received much of the praise for his key assists, Federico Chiesa's performance should not be overlooked. Slot didn't specifically mention Chiesa in his post-match comments, but it is clear that the Italian winger had a vital role to play. Chiesa brought energy to the game, buzzing around the pitch with urgency, tracking back to win the ball and making smart decisions when in possession. His ability to create space, press high, and contribute defensively allowed Liverpool to maintain their high tempo, even as the match seemed to stagnate. Chiesa's contribution is becoming increasingly important to Liverpool, and his performance against Brentford further cemented his place as a key player in the squad. Chiesa has not only shown his ability to score goals, but his tactical awareness and work ethic are becoming integral to Slot's system. Having joined Liverpool from Juventus, Chiesa's progression has been marked by his willingness to press high, recover possession, and link up play with his teammates. Though Chiesa didn't get on the score sheet against Brentford, his work rate and decision-making were pivotal in setting up opportunities for others. He was, quite literally, involved in every part of the game, whether in defense or attack. His recent goal in the FA Cup, which was crucial to Liverpool's progression, likely boosted his confidence and was evident in his play against Brentford. It is clear that Slot is continuing to develop Chiesa's game, and his confidence will only continue to grow as the season progresses. The strength of Liverpool's bench. Liverpool's strength in depth is a key factor in their ability to compete on multiple fronts, both domestically and in Europe. The wealth of options available to Slot is evident from his use of substitutes, but this strength is not limited to just the attacking players. The fact that Liverpool's bench contains players capable of coming on and having a major impact in the game highlights the level of competition within the squad. While Nunez, Elliott, and Chiesa made immediate impacts, the likes of Curtis, Jones, and Diogo Jota are also capable of playing crucial roles when fit. Arsenal, on the other hand, is facing a different reality. Their squad depth has been a point of concern for some time, and their reliance on a smaller group of players means that they are less able to rotate their squad as effectively as Liverpool. When key players like Bukayo Saka or Martin Odegaard are unavailable, the Gunners have fewer reliable alternatives to step in and deliver similar levels of performance. While Mikel Arteta's team has made strides in recent years and remains one of the top challengers in the Premier League, it is clear that they do not have the same level of squad depth as Liverpool. Injuries and fatigue could have a more significant impact on Arsenal's season, especially if Arteta is unable to call upon quality players from the bench when needed. This was evident in Arsenal's recent match against Aston Villa, where they squandered a 2-goal lead to eventually draw 2-2, highlighting the vulnerability in their squad depth. Arsenal's struggles and Liverpool's dominance, the difference in squad depth between Liverpool and Arsenal is becoming more apparent as the season progresses. While Arsenal continues to challenge at the top of the Premier League, they face the reality of a thin squad that is struggling to cope with the demands of a long season. Liverpool, in contrast, has the luxury of being able to rotate players, keep them fresh, and manage their workload in a way that maximizes performance over the course of the season. Liverpool's strong position in European competition also gives them an advantage over Arsenal. With the Reds already almost assured of progression to the knockout stages, they have the luxury of rotating their squad without the pressure of needing to secure points in every group stage match. In contrast, Arsenal is currently in a more precarious position in the Europa League with just a 1-point buffer over Borussia Dortmund. Their squad depth will be tested as they look to secure progression in Europe, and without the same level of options available to Slot, they may struggle in crucial matches. Liverpool's position in both the Premier League and European competitions is a testament to their depth and strength. The Reds have demonstrated that they can rely on a vast pool of talent, whether from their starting 11 or their substitutes. This has been a major factor in their ability to maintain a double title advantage over Arsenal, who are still grappling with the consequences of a thinner squad. The importance of squad rotation and fresh legs, one of the key aspects of Liverpool's success this season, has been their ability to rotate the squad effectively without sacrificing performance. Slot has managed to keep his players fresh by using his substitutes wisely, ensuring that Liverpool's high-pressing style and intensity don't drop even when key players are rested. The tactical flexibility provided by having so many quality players at his disposal allows Slot to manage the physical demands of a long season while keeping his team competitive on multiple fronts. This is where Liverpool's advantage over Arsenal becomes clear. While Slot has been able to rotate his squad and keep players fresh, Arteta has had to rely heavily on his starting Emdekrand. The lack of depth at Arsenal has meant that when key players like Gabriel Martinelli or Odegaard have been unavailable, their replacements have struggled to make the same impact. This is a challenge that could become more pronounced as the season progresses and injuries start to take their toll on Arsenal's squad. Liverpool's ability to manage their squad and rotate players effectively means that they are better equipped to handle the demands of both domestic and European competition. By contrast, Arsenal's reliance on a smaller group of key players means they are more susceptible to injuries and fatigue, especially in the latter stages of the season. Transfer talk and future strengthening, as is often the case in football, Speculation about transfers is ever present. While Liverpool's squad is already one of the most well-rounded in the Premier League, there will undoubtedly be talks of potential additions to strengthen the squad further. However, it is important to recognize that Liverpool is already in a stronger position than most of their rivals, and their current squad depth gives them an edge that other teams, including Arsenal, can only dream of. Arsenal, meanwhile, will need to be more proactive in the transfer market to address the gaps in their squad. While they have a strong starting X, the lack of depth could come back to haunt them as the season enters its more challenging phases. If Arteta is to build a team capable of challenging for the Premier League title and competing in Europe, he will need to add more quality players who can step in when needed, especially given the injury concerns that have plagued their squad this season. Conclusion: Arne Slot's tactical brilliance in managing Liverpool's squad has been a key factor in their success this season, and it has given them a significant advantage over Arsenal. The ability to rotate players, use substitutes effectively, and maintain a high level of performance throughout the squad is something that Arsenal is currently lacking. The contributions of players like Darwin Núñez, Harvey Elliott, and Federico Chiesa have shown that Liverpool's squad is not only deep, but capable of making a difference in the tightest of matches. While Arsenal remains a formidable opponent, the disparity in squad depth between the two teams is becoming increasingly clear. Liverpool's ability to manage their players and maintain a competitive edge across all competitions gives them a double title advantage over Arsenal. And with the potential for further strengthening, they could continue to build on this advantage in the months ahead. As the season progresses, Liverpool's strength in depth will be a decisive factor in their pursuit of silverware, both domestically and in Europe.